Adhar ji, welcome to the Living Powerfully podcast.
Thanks, man.
So, so bhai, you are a martial artist.
Yeah.
You are also a working professional who's into marketing. Is that the right word?
Communications, communications, or rather, I would say marketing communications. Digital,
ठीक है.
primarily.
Okay, so marketing communications, primarily
Yeah.
digital, because that's where everything is going these days.
Everything's going there. Yeah. Yeah.
And you're also, I don't know, now this is where it gets tricky. You're also a philosopher or a seeker or some sort of a life coach, right? Like you're becoming one at least.
I am. I'm training to be a health and wellness coach.
Hmm.
Not necessarily a philosopher. Not something that I identify with. Because I'm not trying to spread my philosophy to someone or educate people on philosophy at all. I'm essentially just kind of trying to live by one, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And
So,
over time, I mean, I would say it's been just a process of seeker, in fact, would be a better term to go by, but then it's a label. It's all of these at the end of the day are just labels. So you can put someone in a box by for convenience saying, okay, seeker, philosopher, martial artist, coach, something, 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 something. But at the end, these are things that I do. They're not things I am, if that
mm,
makes sense.
it does. And
Yeah.
I think too many people get caught up in the whole process of things or, the words. How do you describe them? What label to use? Whereas
Yeah.
the right area to focus on, I think, is the result, man. You could be called a life coach, you could be called a seeker, you could be called whatever, but let's focus on what is it that you're trying to do. You're trying to create wellness for yourself.
Yeah.
And then maybe you're so passionate about it that you want to share it with others because you feel it could help a lot of people, right?
Absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
I would say, yeah, look at the result. It honestly, it's just whatever you want to focus on, focus on. Just make sure you know what you like, make sure that this is the choice that you're making
Hmm.
results in wherever you want to go. And if you don't get there, it's fine.
ठीक है. ठीक है. तो भाई मेरे दिमाग में तो बहुत सारे इंटरेस्टिंग जूसी से एकदम जूसी क्वेश्चंस हैं मेरे पास तेरे लिए. तो हम सेल्फ डिफेंस के बारे में भी बात करेंगे और हम वो टिपिकल वाली डिबेट करेंगे कि क्या ये सही है या क्या ये सही है, क्या ये प्रैक्टिकल है या क्या ये प्रैक्टिकल है. हम वो टिपिकल डिबेट करेंगे.
Oh
और
man. Okay. All right. Okay.
अब तू फंस गया ब्रो. आधार तू फंस गया. अब मैंने तेरे को फंसा लिया इस शो पे बुला के.
ऐसे कर लो.
देख मैंने कोबरा काय की टी शर्ट भी पहन रखी है ब्रो.
Good.
हिट
Good. Good.
फर्स्ट हिट हार्ड नो मर्सी.
हम्म. मैंने
तो
कुछ भी नहीं पहना है.
बी लाइक वाटर.
Be like water.
ठीक है. So but we'll start with finishing our discussion on marketing which we were having earlier.
Right. Yeah.
तो हम क्या बात कर रहे थे मार्केटिंग की. हाँ,
You were
मैं
talking
तेरे को ही
about
बोल रहा था.
yeah.
या मैं तेरे को ही बोल रहा था कि आई लव टॉकिंग
Hmm.
एंड आई लव क्रिएटिंग कंटेंट.
Hmm.
लेकिन उसको एडिट करके इंस्टाग्राम पे कैसे पोस्ट करना है, यूट्यूब पे कैसे डालना है, वेबसाइट पे कैसे डालना है, ये चीजें मेरे को बड़ी इरिटेटिंग लगती
Hmm.
हैं. एंड दैट्स फाइन.
Hmm.
मतलब वन शुड नो कि उसकी स्ट्रेंथ क्या है और
Hmm.
उसकी वीकनेस क्या है.
Yeah.
What does one enjoy doing and what does one not enjoy doing,
Yeah.
because that's when you can think about hiring somebody or
Hmm.
delegating it to somebody, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you were about to add something to this.
I'm similar in that sense. So for me personally, like this is again like my day job is essentially this, right? Advising
Hmm.
people कि ये platform है ऐसा content बनाओ. This platform make if it's a YouTube video, make it in this aspect ratio. Make sure it's this well shot. It's cut up in such and such pieces of whatever time range and so on and so forth. People's attention span is less than a minute. Make it less than a minute. All of that jazz. Instagram stories, make it vertical instead of horizontal and all of that. But I don't do it myself. And you could call it a number of things. You could call it maybe a rebellion of sorts that I don't want to conform to whatever. But over time, I have kind of, I won't say kind of conformed to it, so to speak, for my own content. But I see where it comes from, and I see the validity behind it. So overall, if you're making content, apart from the fact that you're making content to share, and however you want to share information, people should go over quality of what is being said rather than how it's being shown. um, you have to admit that we are essentially a society of people who first look at how something is being presented rather than what is being presented.
And it's not just about society, right? It's
Yes,
human psychology.
pretty much. But
I mean, we've been programmed to pay attention to certain things since we were in the caves.
exactly, which is why most of your, if you look at your social media algorithms, they push certain kinds of content that's been made a certain way and whatever.
Mm.
Ultimately, I subscribe to the simple fact of why are you making content? What are you saying? If you want to package it a certain way, go for it. If not, it's okay, because ultimately, whoever has to listen to you, whoever has to find you, will find you.
But you make it a little hard unnecessarily for yourself and that person to find you by not making that little bit of effort of packaging it. So I
Of
totally
course.
get what you're saying because I used to be like you. I totally get it. तेरी ये
That's true.
ट्रिप थी कि भाई I'm gonna be the guy
Hmm.
who puts a raw video on YouTube and that gets a fucking million views. मैं इंट्रो नहीं
Yeah.
डालूंगा उस वीडियो में, मैं एडिटिंग नहीं करूंगा उस वीडियो में, मैं अपने फोन से कैंडिड वीडियो डालूंगा,
Huh.
बट मेरा कंटेंट इतना अच्छा होगा that it's gonna get a million views. I
Hmm.
get your trip, and I used to be like that, and it
Yeah.
does make sense in the beginning
Yeah. Over time,
because
you have
if
to shift. Over time, you definitely have to shift,
yeah
because ultimately, it's also about the attention span of your audience. What are you giving them?
yeah man, so if there was a choice that you
Yeah.
can either make something substantial or you can make something that has very good presentation,
Hmm.
of course it's a no brainer. Go
Go
for
for something
substance
substantial.
over
Yeah.
presentation.
But there's a
But
middle
what,
ground.
yeah, so these new books that have come out, Hooked.
Yeah.
Have you heard of
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
book,
Yeah.
Hooked?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it talks about how all these big companies, Instagram and Facebook, they
Hmm.
have these entire departments that are focused on figuring out how can we get our people addicted to
Hmm.
our services and products.
Yeah.
So this guy who wrote Hooked,
Nirayat.
his
Hmm.
his yeah,
Hmm.
his aim was कि I want to give the same knowledge to small entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
मान लो कोई जिम चला रहा है, कोई हेल्थ क्लब चला रहा है,
Hmm.
he should also be equipped with the knowledge as to how can I get people hooked to getting healthy.
Yeah.
तो एक पॉइंट के बाद ना आपको you have to accept कि bro, to catch people's attention maybe you should have 5 seconds of fancy music,
Hmm.
you know
Yeah.
maybe you should whatever the fuck.
Hmm.
तो वो करना पड़ता है यार इवेंचुअली एक पॉइंट
No,
के
of
बाद.
course, because see, ultimately, I think this is where the debate kind of goes to exactly that point of you need to find a middle ground, because you can only reach people where they are. You can't talk at them, right? From this so-called high ground कि मैं तो यहीं रहूंगा तुम आओ मेरे पास. That's ludicrous, right? No one gives a shit.
Yeah.
You don't expect that shit to happen to you. You will always want someone to come to you in that sense of where you are. You will want information presented where you are. So that's the same with everyone here. You will obviously have to meet people where they are, which obviously goes into a host of other things. Why people don't respond well to certain ideologies, why people don't respond well to certain thought processes, why people don't respond well to certain pieces of content, why people don't respond well to certain movements, because you have to meet people where they are. If you're meeting someone who has an ideological difference with you, sure, you can choose not to, but it's also not that person's responsibility to come and accept what you're saying because you think you're morally right. You may be. You may be. And that's the same thing when it comes to content. You may have the best, most well produced, sorry, not the most well produced, but the most sophisticated, most knowledgeable piece of content. You may have the answer to why we're here. No one will give a fuck.
Yeah. If you can't catch people's attention, you can't
No one
convince
cares.
people to listen to you.
Exactly.
How does it even matter, man? You could be curing cancer.
Absolutely. And
I did a course recently. It was called neuroscience,
hmm.
the psychology of persuasion. So neuroscience for persuasion and marketing.
Right, yeah.
Dude, it was so fascinating.
Very.
So this guy was focused mainly on websites
Hmm.
and designs and things like that.
Hmm.
And even little things
Hmm.
like, do you place the logo on top left or do you place the logo on top right?
Yeah.
What kind of color creates trust in a person?
Hmm.
Um, the option of canceling your subscription, it should be small. The way you write price, it should be 299 instead of 300. So there were so many things. And it was clear that the impact these things have on the brain is powerful and you can't ignore it, man. If
You
you're an
absolutely can.
entrepreneur or if you're somebody who thinks he's creating something which people should kind of find out about,
Hmm.
you you can't ignore it. Matlab, it's like trying to live without a phone in today's age or live
Yeah.
without a laptop in today's age. You
Yeah.
have to understand how these things are affecting the human brain.
Hmm.
Because if you
See, one
don't,
of the reasons,
then your competitor will, and your shit won't matter then.
absolutely, one of the
Nobody
reasons
nobody will be
why,
looking at it. Yeah.
one of the reasons why this, so the thing is, this movement
Mm.
is a lot easier than this. It's the same movement, right? But you're
Mm.
not going to scroll something like this. You're not going to look at information like this. You're going to go this way because you're so used to doing this most of the time,
बट
right?
टिंडर पे तो लोग ऐसे ही करते हैं.
यार हम में से कितने लोग Tinder पे And you're right,
अच्छा
like
ठीक है.
people, human beings read, like we've been conditioned to
But
read.
Tinder has a much stronger hook.
It does.
Sex.
It does.
Sex. There is no force more powerful than reproduction.
I am actually going to go so far as to saying it's not sex. At least they weren't trying to go that way.
Okay. Why do you say that?
So I would call it connection, maybe not intimacy, just connection.
Hmm.
See, no, not it's not that every Tinder date you meet ends up in sex. I know a lot of people who wanted that, like that's like, oh, dating app, let's get hooked or whatever.
Mm-hmm. But that's
But
true for any kind of date, bro.
not,
Like,
yeah, that's true for any
that's
kind
true
of
for
date.
any
It's not-
kind of date.
Precisely. But the point
There's
that
no fixed outcome.
a Tinder or a Bumble or a Hinge or whatever we're trying to make, right?
Mm.
Tinder just ended up becoming typecasted as that thing because you have this thing with people of, oh, now I have a free license to just say, you know what, hey, let's meet up, let's hook up. Because
Mm.
why would you meet a stranger, right? But then
Mm.
that's not entirely true. You meet like the whole way of, let's say how you and I met the first time. We're complete strangers, right?
Mm.
How I would meet the person that I would eventually date or the person that I am dating. I met them the first time somewhere else as complete strangers. It's not like I knew them,
Mm.
right? So a lot of that, a lot of what Tinder has been trying, Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, whatever, had been trying to sell was the ability to make new connections, not necessarily get laid. And they can't explicitly say that. It's just that over time, and
Mm.
let's just put it another way. I know people who found their life partners through Tinder. They
Hmm.
eventually
Even I
got
know
fucking married,
people.
right?
Yeah. Even I
So,
know people who got married through Tinder. But
so
a
the product,
far bigger majority has just been getting laid through Tinder.
of
I
course,
mean, the
but
numbers are
then
not
how?
even comparable.
No, of course, the numbers are not even comparable. But what I'm saying is that
Yeah.
the intent that that thing started with was connection. Now, connection can mean a lot of things. Connection could mean just talking to someone. Connection
Mm.
could mean getting to know someone, meeting them physically. Connection could mean, yeah, absolutely, getting laid. That's
Mm.
connection too. I mean, why would you get laid to someone you don't even like,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
There is a certain physical attraction, there is a need, there is a solution to that need, and you go and fulfill that need. No judgment there.
लेकिन यार इसमें ना लेकिन सीन ये है कि चल कनेक्शन एक वर्ड है.
Hmm.
बट जब कोई बैठ के सोच रहा होगा कि ये जो मैं ऐप बना रहा हूँ
Hmm.
इसका पर्पस क्या होगा, व्हाट इज गोइंग टू ड्राइव इट,
Hmm.
तो ये वर्ड इज नॉट इनफ अपने आप में. वो
That's because
बंदा
you and I. That's because
had
you
to
and I
reach, you
think
have
that
to
way.
go to, yeah, so could be, of course it could be.
Hmm.
But even when human beings think they are connecting with somebody
Hmm.
for connection's sake,
Hmm.
for an emotional reason or whatever reason,
Hmm.
many times
Hmm.
it's the brain that's tricking you into believing that, whereas what you're really doing, what your
Hmm.
genes and your DNA is really doing, is looking for reproduction. but it's coming out in a different language because the way our society functions now is not the same as it functioned when we were cavemen.
Why I said connection, so to speak, and why I differ from the reproduction angle.
Hmm.
Yes, human beings ultimately wired for for, I would say, progeny, right? Like creation of life,
Hmm. Call it
right? Which is what,
sax. Call it
which is
sax. SAX.
why I differ
Sax.
from that. Why I differ from
Okay.
that very openly is the fact that not everyone is looking for. See, there's carnal need, right? Sex,
Hmm.
reproduction, everything. There is a psychological carnal need for okay reproduction, but that may not necessarily be the intent. You could call it orgasm. Let's just call it that, right?
Hmm.
Um, but not everyone who the genesis of the app, so to
Hmm.
speak, was not, I dare say, was not reproduction, because that's not what you're really looking for, right? I mean, you're getting laid. It's not like you're getting someone pregnant or trying to get someone pregnant to have kids
No, no,
without
no.
actually
So
getting
when I
married.
say reproduction, that's what I mean.
Hmm.
The desire to get laid
Hmm.
basically comes from the drive to reproduce. So
Huh.
we
Subconsciously,
register,
maybe.
we register
Subconsciously,
it
maybe.
as though I want to fuck.
Hmm.
So the way we articulate it is I want to fuck, right? But the origin of the desire
Hmm.
comes from this thing of my DNA, my genes want to reproduce.
Possible, because
Now
again, that's like,
that impulse
hmm.
doesn't have language.
No, it
Okay,
doesn't.
language comes from the neocortex. It's a new thing,
Hmm.
right? So that impulse arises, and now we didn't have language back then. This impulse is like super old,
Hmm.
super old, right?
Yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
didn't have language back then, so it's that same old impulse, but we have a limited amount of language which we can now use to articulate it. So that's why it gets articulated as I want to get laid, I want to build some connections, I want to talk to somebody, I feel lonely. But I feel a lot of it is just your fucking genes doing what they're programmed to do, which is survive. But
You could
you
say that.
can't.
You could say that.
And
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I mean, this is a
See,
generalization.
ultimately, where I stand on this entire topic is why I say
Mm,
connection, because it's the easiest way and also a good bucket to have to include all aspects of it, because reproduction
mm.
is purely physical.
तू बड़ा डिप्लोमेटिक बंदा है यार आधार.
Not really, dude.
तू बहुत
People will
बहुत
assume
ऐसे
that
ना.
I'm diplomatic. People
हाँ.
will assume that I'm diplomatic because I like to be
एक बार ऐसे मुट्ठी बंद करके बोल सैक्स.
sacks.
सही है.
Right? The
सही
reason
है.
why I would be construed as diplomatic is because I prefer looking at all aspects of things and trying to
Hmm.
include them rather than exclude them and generalizing with a restrictive bucket. Right?
Hmm. No, I was just joking when I said diplomatic. Yeah,
I
I totally get what you're saying.
Yeah. It's just that I hear it from so many people. I'm just like, हाँ ठीक है यार.
चल एक सीरियस सवाल पूछता हूँ तेरे से मैं.
Go for it. Yeah.
मुझे पता है कि तूने अपनी लाइफ में बहुत ट्रॉमा देखा है. ठीक है, और तेरे को मेरी भी स्टोरी पता है
Of course.
कुछ हद तक. To an extent, you know my story.
Yeah.
I remember once we were having a conversation when you told me कि भाई you've been through all sorts of shit, and because of that you've also done shit to other people.
Absolutely.
Like I remember you telling me when you were working as a martial arts instructor,
Hmm.
you ended up sending one of the participants of a seminar to the bloody infirmary. तू
Yeah.
इतना गुस्से में था कि तूने बंदे को तो एज एन इंस्ट्रक्टर तूने बंदे को तोड़ दिया. Then
I
you
choked
told
the
me
guy out.
things.
I choked the guy out.
हाँ. So
And
in
purely
martial
by,
arts, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, go
purely by
ahead.
accident is what I say, because I just didn't give a shit. I was like, I had him in this hold, and I'm looking at the other guys and talking, and they're just like, "Sir, उसका हाथ वो गिर गया हाथ उसका वो नीचे गिर रहा है." And I had my
Hmm.
co-instructor from he was at a distance running towards me saying, "Leave him, सांस नहीं ले पा रहा हूँ." And I leave him and he drops, and I'm just like, shit, what the hell happened? Um, and a lot of that came from, I'm not going to say that it came from, say, the emotional state or whatever may have been outside of that particular
Hmm.
seminar or webinar. Also, because I think in my head, I was relatively present because I was teaching, but subconsciously, yeah,
Hmm.
I was not fully aware. I did not take control of the situation. I was immature also because this is, you're talking 2013. Yeah,
Hmm.
this is 2013, which is fuck ages from now. And close to 8 years. Yeah, close to 8 years ago. Young, trying to prove himself, and dealing with a breakup as well, which sounds very cliched. That, oh my god, in a whatever
Hmm.
broken up state, you went and
Broke
choked
somebody
a,
else.
choked a guy out. But yeah, I
Yeah.
did that, and this is not to say that I'm proud of it, because no, that in fact is the, on my scale of things,
Hmm.
that would be pretty low. Not to judge,
For
but just
sure,
to,
man. As a martial
huh,
artist, like if you use your force in a way which harms somebody else, somebody who
yeah,
didn't deserve it,
yeah,
that's not okay.
it isn't,
Hmm.
and
But we
I
all
think
make mistakes, bro. The good part is you realized it yourself.
I had a lot of help.
Mm-hmm.
To say that I
Mm-hmm.
realized it myself is me kind of doing a disservice to the people who were around to help me realize. And
Mm.
I go, really open in saying this. I've been blessed with a lot of people, some of whom I unfortunately may not be in touch with right now, who've really helped me kind of get on that path of realizing that, okay, everything that you do is a choice.
Yeah.
You can choose to stay in that mode of, whatever I do is right, which is quite arrogant, or whatever everyone else does that is counter to mine is wrong, same thing.
Mm.
Or you can be like, okay, I don't know enough, and I also need to be in control of my senses from time to time.
Mm. Mm.
And if I'm not feeling good, I need to allow for it. There needs to be the sense of, not very openly, but there needs to be the sense of
There really
permission to be
isn't that.
vulnerable.
There really isn't that thing, right? When people say, "I made it alone," I did
You've
it
never made it
myself.
alone.
That's never. Nobody's ever done that.
You've never made it alone. Fuck off.
Nobody's ever done that, huh? I realized that in my journey.
Yeah.
In the beginning, I used to be very proud, like, you know what? I dropped out of college, man. I did my own thing. I became a DJ. Then I started a fight club. And then I realized when I looked back and I thought about it, there were so many times when so many people helped me in
Mm-hmm.
insane ways, bro.
Mm-hmm.
In ways that like are beyond normal.
Absolutely. And the first set of people, I would say, everyone from your supporters to your critics,
Mm,
to people who you would consider foes. I won't go so far as to saying enemies, because we're not in the Middle Ages. Family, friends, supporters, critics, foes. These are five people who have literally shaped you. I would say thank them daily.
love thy
And
enemy.
love thy enemy, because probably that's
Yeah.
what the enemy needs in the first place. Right?
Yeah,
I
yeah. And that's
mean,
gonna help you too. You're gonna
it
get
is.
better.
It is. It's going
If
to
you
teach
didn't
you
have
those.
any competition, how the fuck would you get better?
Yeah, but then we misconstrue competition as, you know, I'm better than you are. No,
Mm.
competition is just a means to shape you. It's pressure.
Yeah.
If I mean, true competition would celebrate the other person's win just as much as you would celebrate yours,
I love that, bro. I love that.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, yes, fight for the number one spot, whatever the fuck that means.
Mm.
But if you cannot celebrate the other person's efforts to get to the top when they do,
Mm.
you've got a whole different problem. I mean,
Yeah, yeah. And it's because, and I can even break it down.
yeah.
It's because अगर competition नहीं होगा
Hmm.
तो तुम क्या करोगे?
You don't grow.
If you fuck growth also, bro. Let's say
Hmm.
I don't want growth.
Hmm.
I am some, I don't know, I'm some unproductive kind of guy who just wants to win and be happy. And I like, I'm a narcissist. I don't want growth. I just want stimulation. I just want to be the king every day. ठीक है, चलो growth को side रखते हैं. ठीक है, let's step down from that pedestal. Now let's say we want to play a game every day. So that's all we want. We just want stimulation. Fuck growth. Would you enjoy playing a game where it's guaranteed you're going to win every day and there's no competition?
You're going to get bored.
It'll be fun.
You're going to get bored.
Absolutely, man. So you actually have to be grateful for your enemies and your competition. Like, thank you for existing so that we can have this fucking dance. Who would you spar with, man? Who would you do fucking martial arts with if you had no sparring partner?
That's true. That's true. But I think it's also important to there's an add-on to that, and I think that it's important to kind of realize that one of the your biggest critic is going to be you, right? And part of the reason for that is because you get bored. Because if you are guaranteed a win every day, you're going to get fucking bored. So you build this thing in your head that, no, I need to get better than yesterday. So everything ultimately comes down to this thing of, wait for it, the word you choose to ignore, growth. Why? Because what is a win? A win is getting something you want. What do you need to do to get what you want? Simply existing. Sure, you exist, and that's great. You exist. You meet minimum requirement of winning the very thing that you want. But I mean, if you're here on this planet, you're here in this body, living, breathing, doing whatever, your literal purpose for being here is figuring out who you become at the end of it. That requires growth. That requires actions to take, and every day becomes an option of growth.
Of course, man.
So it's not about growth as a pedestal, more as growth as a process.
No, so the reason I said let's put growth aside for a second is because when you think about growth, it's obvious. This point that we are trying to drive home is obvious.
Yeah.
But I wanted to put it aside for a second because there are people, Aadhar, who are, for whatever reason, they are stuck in bad states. Where they don't think about. For example, somebody who's an alcoholic. For example, somebody who's, and I know you have experience with that. Yeah. So for example, and because I've also been an addict, I've been to rehab.
Yeah.
So somebody who's just stuck, like they started maybe by trying to escape some pain that they were not really dealing with head on. And then one thing led to another. And before they could do anything about it, they needed that half a bottle of whiskey every evening. And now forget growth. Now it's just about, can I just get done with whatever I need to do in the afternoon so that I can fucking pass out in the evening?
Yeah.
I can get through the day. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
There are people in that condition also. And I like to look at it like anytime there's a goal or anytime there's an ideal we're trying to pursue, I like to look at it from several different points of views. Because maybe not a lot of people will be able to have the kind of discussion we are having. This is a very intellectual conversation. Maybe some people will, maybe some people will just be like, भाई मेरे को तो abs चाहिए यार, और मेरी salary बढ़ता है, मेरे को abs चाहिए, और वो पास वाली जो बंदी है ना शीला, भाई उसका number मिल जाए यार, बस भाई समझ रहा तू? There are people like that also, bro.
I know.
I like to align different levels of क्या बोले इसको? Different levels of intelligence and different states of being. I like to align them in a way that they can all chase the same goal. So I'll give you an example. And then I have a very important question for you.
Yeah.
So what I do is when I set a goal for myself, I ask myself this, that if I'm in a very good state, why is this goal going to be important for me? So for example, health. I want to be healthy. If I'm in a very good state, I'll say I want my body to be a vessel for enlightenment. Or my body is my temple and like I got to take care of it.
Yeah.
But then I also ask myself, what if I'm having a crappy day and these fancy words like vessel and temple, like I don't give a fuck.
Right.
So that day, let's call it the mid-level vibration. The temple and the vessel was the high-level vibration. When I'm in my mid-level vibration, I want to have a ripped body. I want to have those abs. Or whatever. I want to look slim. I want to look cool. I want to look attractive. I can resonate with that. But then I also ask myself, what if someday I'm depressed and fucked up and, whatever the fuck, I'm in a really bad state. Then usually things like, what will people think of me? or I have to do this to prove something to my enemies. Stuff like that can get me moving. So you get what I'm saying? Because I'm not going to be perfect all the time. You're not going to be perfect all the time. So I almost look at myself like different people.
Yeah.
I kind of bring them all, around the table, and I say, okay, let's talk. What will keep all of you motivated every day?
What will all the Manan say?
What will make all the Manans do the right thing, no matter what, no matter which Manan is in charge that day. If fucked up Manan is in charge, what is going to make you move towards the same goal?
I have so much to say about that, but okay.
Well, now's your opportunity, because what I wanted to ask you was, bro, you've been through shit in life. You told me you had an alcoholic father. I don't know how much you want to talk about it here. You told me you've been through, years when you would screw relationships, up relationships, great relationships, great friendships you'd screw up, relationships with women you'd screw up.
Absolutely.
So you were somebody who was, let's use the word, damaged in some way. And we all are.
We all are.
We all are. How did you transform?
Okay.
Yeah.
So a little bit of history for those who don't know me, because ये सिर्फ टूर में नहीं बात कर रहे. I think public को भी जानना है कि कौन है यार.
हाँ बताओ.
So yeah, dad had a problem with alcohol. I will say that very openly. But brilliant man, brilliant man. Mostly because, and I'm talking about his intellect, his skill, and I think I get a lot of my skill orientation comes from him, is what I would say. But at some point, what I am obviously making assumptions is that I think it got to him. It got to him because of whatever reason, the pressures of life, the hallmarks of what make a successful man, and what a man or what a father or whatever should be, and you find that you find a release in the bottle, so you obviously crave the release, what you and I spoke about. In my case, I would say, like most people, and I think it's fair to make that generalization, as most people, I didn't have a lot of very good emotional responses. मेरे को नहीं develop करने की बात हुई, because we don't think like that. A lot of us don't think. I think ours is the generation now that very openly thinks about it. Our predecessors, our parents, a few far in between, their predecessors didn't have these problems. Because for them, like generationally speaking, right, with the amount of access we have to things, the more difficult it is to kind of be content with what you have.
It's the price we pay for freedom and abundance.
It's the price we pay for trying to get more than we can handle. Abundance is available to everyone, right? The fact that I can live in this for a person who has been used to living in a rented accommodation, a flat with one bedroom where he or she has to pay no rent, is abundance. It's relative, right? In my case, and I don't know where a lot of it came from, a lot of questions of worth, so to speak, like my self-worth, concept of self-worth, because concept of self-worth was shot to shit, because every time you had to set a bar to prove to someone that you were worthy, mostly to yourself. So, like in my case, I say it proudly, but it's nothing to be proud of, because a lot of people do it. You can pat yourself on the back for it as well. Like I worked through a couple of years in college, because I was like, I gotta earn money, so let's do it. I started teaching music, and I taught music for a considerable amount of years, drums specifically. And then I was like, even if I get into a job and I lose this income stream, I'm not gonna have access to free money. So I'm gonna work 2 jobs. I will teach and I will do this. But I also want to be on stage, right? I want to play drums and be on stage and be this whatever rock star sort of guy who's in. I loved the stage, and it wasn't because of the attention. It wasn't because of the crowd. It was just the adrenaline and the energy that you get in playing that music. Because, and I'll tell you why I know this, because every single gig that I have played at, I would go in, set up, fuck off, come back right before my set, play my set, pack up immediately. And I was gone. No one would find me after that. Till the next gig.
But why? Why wouldn't you want to hang out and party with people or whatever?
Apart
Talk
from
to
the fact
fellow
that
musicians.
apart from the fact that I really like my sleep,
Uh,
I just I it was an instant need to cut off, because too much of it is very overwhelming,
mm,
right? And again, like I said, when you don't know how to handle your emotional states, you don't know how to handle the excitement, you don't know how to handle the dipping points, because that's essentially what all my relationships ended up in. I got into
mm,
one relationship after the other, after the other, after the other, after the other, after the other. Why? I didn't know what love meant. I didn't know what how to navigate through a relationship. Fuck it, I didn't know what relationships meant, right?
mm.
And I didn't know. I wanted to be liked by everyone, so I didn't want to offend them. I wanted to be loved by everyone, so I
I
didn't want to
totally get
offend
that,
them,
man. I've
right?
been there.
Because for me, I was like, for me as a person, I'm like, fuck, I need to be loved by people. And
Yeah.
I want a place where I don't have to prove my worth, because I want to be worthy. So anywhere
Mm.
where I have to prove my worth, I would run away from, because you're just like, yaar, ye kya hai?
Oh, that's interesting. Because sometimes people who have this need to get validation from others,
Hmm.
they don't run away, rather they get more invested.
For me it was a double-edged sword, and it's been that way in different ways, right? Like for me, I think the switch also flipped, because when you have the sort of when you have the experiences that I've had. For example, I've played on stages like NH7, crowds of people, 5,000, 2,000, whatever people. That's a lot of people physically, right? Uh, Asterisks, just a point for all the people on social media. 2,000 people in person is a lot. You would probably shit your pants if you're talking to them in person, but you crib about it when they're on social media. Anyway, moving on.
Mm. No, it's a fucking lot, bro. Most people haven't even been to a gathering where 2,000 people were there.
Exactly. But anyway,
Yeah.
so this is not to kind of validate myself, but this is just a public service announcement to put out there.
Dude,
Uh,
you've had a lot of interesting experiences. You've been into martial arts. You've been what's your genre? Heavy metal,
yeah,
right? So you've been a
mostly,
heavy metal drummer.
mostly, yeah,
Of course, every musician experiments with many things.
yeah.
You've been a martial artist. You are a martial artist. You are a heavy metal drummer. You are into marketing communications. And like I said, you're now
Coaching.
kind of like me,
Marketing
a seeker.
communications, marketing communications happened completely by accident. But I will get to that in a
Hmm.
bit. So,
Yeah.
to answer your original question of how I came out of all of this, was
Yeah.
at
How
some
did the damaged Aadhar become the mature man we are talking to today?
see at some point life will catch up, and at some point the lessons that you had to learn, you will learn. Otherwise, they'll continue to repeat themselves. In my case, they repeated over and over and over again, till I finally sat down and said, "Okay, enough." It came from
So you learned the hard way, in other words.
I had it relatively easier than a lot of people. I will say that.
Acha.
But
Okay.
yeah, you could say the hard way, because see, at some point, your patterns of, in my case, it was my patterns of dating,
Hmm.
and it was also my my mindset in a lot of
तू
ways.
करता क्या था? You'd get into a relationship with somebody, and then you'd cheat on them.
Yes,
Hmm.
in some way, shape, or form.
Hmm.
Not all cheating is physical cheating. I
No,
would
I get it.
also, I would also, if a breakup happened, let's say there was no cheating per se, but if a breakup did happen within a month or 2 months, I was off. I was on to the next one. I won't
Hmm.
say, now this is not to say that all my relationships were rebounds.
Hmm.
I was emotionally invested in almost all of them. but it's that investment after a point which I couldn't understand or couldn't give beyond. Because
Mm.
again, you don't understand when you don't understand relationships, you don't understand love, you don't understand any of those things. You subscribe to this textbook version that you've seen through the content that you consume, the stuff that people say, the books that people read, this fantastical version of what love is,
Mm.
Romeo and
Mm.
Juliet and all that jazz. And you're just like, fuck, that means none of this shit means anything.
Mm.
Right? So I first had to realize that all the so-called supposed love that I have claimed to give to people, I need to give to myself, because I beat the shit out of me
Mm.
for all of these things. And okay, rightly so, because I mean, hello, no one likes a cheater.
No one likes a
Uh,
cheater. Mm. Yeah.
right? But
And
I also.
interestingly, the cheating you're talking about is not the playboy kind of cheating. Like,
Mhm.
ooh, I'm so cool, I'm so happening, I'm such a party boy that I got too many women to be loyal. It's not that kind of cheating. I know the cheating you're talking about because, truth
Yeah,
be told, I've done it too. It's a
yeah.
very twisted,
Most of
um,
us have. I
fucked
would say
up
most
kind
of
of
us have.
cheating.
Yeah,
Okay. It's
most of us have.
interesting because it's very interesting because most people don't even know that they've done it.
Hmm.
uh, and when I say they don't know, I mean they don't know it's this kind of cheating. They don't know where it came from.
The awareness of it is lacking.
Yes, the awareness of what is this, what is the nature of this desire? Why is it even happening to me?
It's
So it's
happening
very
because.
twisted, bro. It's like you're seeking validation.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's not that, oh my God, I'm so horny or I'm such a bad boy that I'm going to go and fuck another girl. It's like,
it's people
I'm
pleasing.
feeling fucked up.
It's
Yeah,
people
I'm trying
pleasing.
to see and
It,
validation seeking.
validation seeking, people pleasing, hero complex that I will save everyone, or I will be the protector and be this
Mm,
epitome of what
yeah.
a supposed man is supposed to be, right?
Attention seeking,
Attention seeking.
which again comes from bad childhood experiences where you didn't get enough attention, you
Now
know?
here's the fun part. I will not say that I had bad childhood experiences. I will
Mm,
also not say that I had excellent childhood experiences. No one does.
mm,
No one does. Our parents did not get a manual. So they did the
yeah,
best they could. And every parent, you when you become a parent, or I when I become a parent, or whoever listens to this when you become a parent, you will fuck your kid up.
true, true.
It's just a matter of how you resolve it and whether you are willing to accept the fact that you will grow with them.
Mm,
Right, you will grow as a parent, you will grow with your child, and it's important to kind of realize that. And I'm no parenting expert, fuck no,
mm.
but you will at some point realize that you will have to kind of figure your journey out, because no one can tell you how to do it.
You're right about no bad childhood experiences actually being there because that 10-year-old brain or that 12-year-old brain,
Hmm.
it's really about how it interprets the situation.
See,
Something as simple as your mother saying, don't eat Maggie today
yeah,
could be interpreted by a 10-year-old as, oh my God, I'm being limited.
yeah,
And 10 years later, it stays with you like that. And you think you had bad experiences. But it's not that. It's just
it's
that,
not.
as children, we are too dumb to fucking know what's bad
Actually, no,
and good.
that's not it. The fun part is that children, and a lot of your development happens as a child, right? Children are
Mm,
bloody smart in that sense. They can tell right and wrong. They have the best negotiation skills ever, right?
mm,
They've learned it. The limitation starts in adulthood. When you're a
mm,
child, right, you're free to express. Literally, you may not have the words, you may not have the language, but you're free to express what you want to express. You're free to express love. You're free to express pain. You're free to express hurt. You're free to express sadness, anger, anything.
yeah.
You're free to negotiate the way you want for what you want. And you've built those skills, right? You don't get something from one parent, you'll go to the other parent. The other parent doesn't give it to you, you'll go to the grandparent, or you'll go to the uncle or the aunt or whoever,
Mm, mm,
right?
mm,
You don't stop loving your parent. You just know who to go to get what you want, which is
mm.
what essentially development
But
is.
bro,
Now,
my point is that even though all these things are true, children get traumatized sometimes by things which we as adults would look at and be like, this is nothing. Like I said,
Of
your
course.
mother saying, don't eat Maggie today, or your
Yeah.
father scolding you in the library saying, be quiet, this is a library.
Hmm.
People can grow up and have social anxiety issues because at age 8, father said, be quiet, this is a library.
Yeah.
That's what I meant when I said children are dumb, that they interpret these experiences in a very harmful way, which turns into
Because
trauma.
Manan, children, because again, as adulthood, we've built the systems and the labels to say this is the correct this is the correct interpretation, this is the incorrect interpretation, this is
Mm,
what this behavior demonstrates or means, because now you're trying to be more intellectual about it, right? You will revert to your childish tendencies whenever that situation shows up.
mm,
Even as a 30-year-old adult, you will revert to your childish tendencies, whatever it is that you demonstrated or whatever is the pattern that you've built.
mm.
So, if for me, my response to someone coming at me or calling me XYZ when I was a child is in my head construed as I will never be spoken to that way again. Even if someone is trying to talk to me from a place where they're right, my childhood response is going to show up.
Mm,
So this is not to say that, I mean, sure, we can interpret it as children are dumb in terms of their interpretation of something. But why I kind of stay away from that label as well is because I'm like, dude, kids can be fucking smart, because a lot of that channeling, a lot of that pattern setting happens when you're a child. As an adult, you kind of put in that thing of, why is this happening?
mm.
Why? एंड देन यूर इन दिस लूप ऑफ मैंने ऐसा बिहेव क्यों किया, बिकॉज तूने बचपन में ऐसा बिहेव किया इसलिए तूने अभी ऐसा बिहेव किया.
Mm.
सोचने का क्या है इसमें? राइट.
Makes sense.
So ultimately it was a lot of that. It was me looking at my patterns, my behaviors, my rather I would say I was forced to look at it.
Mm,
And realizing that everything that has happened up to this point and will happen up to this point is going to happen because of a choice that I make. All my experiences, sorry, all my relationships, all the people I've either let go from my life or let into my life have come in because I allowed them to. Allowed is an incorrect word because of whatever reason, but I made the choice to. Let's just put it that way. I made the choice to let them into my life. I made the choice to let them go from my life, or cut them out of my life. And that ultimately governed. Essentially, the idea was that when you're recognizing your patterns and you're forced to see them, you realize, okay, if these are the choices that I've made, then I can make better choices. I can change things if I am just
mm,
open to, breaking that pattern in my head. And that's also one of the reasons why my podcast was named Break the Cycle, was because I was forced to break my own. If I am looking at my mindset as this fixed little thing, मैं ऐसा ही हूँ
mm,
कि मैं बदल ही नहीं सकता, right? Then I mean, you're as good as dead, dude. मतलब क्या इंसान ही तो है. You're not the same
mm,
person you were yesterday. Half your cells have died and been
mm,
reborn. You've got new experiences. You're not the same person. At the core, sure, maybe we can argue about that and we discuss that all you like, but
mm.
ultimately, you're a human being who will obviously change the way you experience something by the choices you make.
Mm,
एंड
mm.
ठीक है उसमें मतलब बहुत there's like an endless
दे-
round of nuance that
तेरे
you
को
can
ये
go
लगता है
into.
क्या, डू यू थिंक कि जब तक एक सर्टेन अमाउंट ऑफ पेन एक्सपीरियंस नहीं करता इंसान,
Hmm.
देयर इज नो इंसेंटिव टू चेंज.
You change for two reasons, or you will do things for two reasons: pleasure or pain.
But pain is a far greater motivator. Because
Uh,
if I left a Rottweiler on your ass,
huh.
you would sprint like a bullet. But
You
if I
would sprint.
said, but if I said there's a diamond 100
Hmm.
meters from here,
Hmm.
you would not sprint as fast
It depends.
as when you were running away from the Rottweiler.
It depends. See, pain is a great motivator depending on where you are. Again, that same thing that you said, right? Teen levels. There is
Mm,
a really fucked up manan, super depressed.
mm,
जिसके लिए
mm,
pain is the only way to go. There's a middle path manan who's like, nahi, it's fine. It's not all that great, but it's okay.
mm.
I'll figure a way out. And then there's the really high vibe,
Enlightened.
मतलब, super
Mm.
enlightened manan who's like, क्या diamond? मैं ही हूँ diamond, right?
uh.
So, um, it will change in accordance to where you are in life. If I am telling someone, भाई ये जिसने 4 दिन में खाना नहीं खाया उसके सामने मैं एक प्लेट रख दूं खाने की, चाहे वो होटल में हो चाहे तू ही हो, right? As educated and as poised and as intellectual as we are, 4 दिन में अगर हमने खाना नहीं खाया ना, all of that shit goes out the window. All your manners, all your poise, all your courtesy, everything goes fuck out the window because तेरे को खाना चाहिए. That is pleasure. That's not pain.
नहीं यार, I disagree with that. That is pain, man. You need food, and
You
you're
need
dying if you don't get food. You're dying, so that's painful.
That's painful, but the fact that you're getting food is pleasure. So it is a dichotomy that exists.
No, I would
it's
say
always
it's
both
not.
in that sense.
I would say it's the relief of that pain disappearing. It's not pleasure per se.
Okay, let's go to
if I'm squeezing your arm and then I let go of it, you will feel good emotions, but they're not good emotions that came out of nowhere. They were only there because the pain was there in the first place.
Think of it this way: will you enjoy the food, or will you be in that fact that I haven't eaten in 4 days? What will you focus on? I have food. You will focus on the fact that, okay, I haven't eaten in 4 days. Fuck that. There is food right in front of me. I will eat that food. That is where pleasure comes in. You're right that a lot of the pain that you're facing, which is I haven't had food in 4 days. तेरे सामने खाना रखा है तो वो नहीं सोचेगा. You're not going to sit down and hang on to I didn't have food in 4 days and you're eating and crying. You'll be like, I have food. You'll be happy. You'll keep eating.
Yeah, but I still feel it's only because now my pain will be taken away.
Your pain
That's
will be
why
taken
I'm excited.
away. So again, like I said, there are two motivators and there are two ways to look at that. It's never exclusive. It's not pain alag, pleasure alag. It's always this dichotomy in what you choose. If I'm being stabbed, it's not going to be, I'm not going to look at it's the avoidance of that pain that I will look at. That's a very clear definition. I have to save myself. That is, what is that life that I can live, that I can be pleasurable to avoid that pain. Correct? So it is, in which situation, which motivator do you look at? Because those motivators exist at the same time.
That's interesting. I've never thought about it that way, because I think they can exist in isolation also.
They can exist in isolation as well. But again, like I said, it's very situational. Tomorrow, like for example, you have a strong chain of MMA gyms, right? You could have gone ahead with one, and that one could have stayed one and been, exponentially great as this exclusive place to go to. You got 6 places now, expansion for whatever reason. There is no pain as a motivator, is there? It's not the pain of, oh, I only have one gym, only have 2 gyms, I only have 3 gyms. I want to expand. That's pleasure. More expansion, more people know my name, more expansion, more money comes in.
Yeah,
more
absolutely. At this stage, it is mainly pleasure.
Mainly pleasure.
Mainly about pleasure. In the beginning, one could have argued that it was a little bit of pain, because I wanted financial freedom, and I wanted to get rid of being dependent on my job and things like that.
Yeah. But let's put it in this manner for a second. Let's say you did not have that job. Would you focus on 6 gyms, or would you focus on the one? You didn't have money for your job. You didn't have any other source of income. You had the one.
Okay.
That is where the pressure of pain would drop.
So I didn't get that. Why? What do you mean? Would I focus on the one?
You just said, "Abhi jo tera 6 gyms ka focus hai, is the motivator is pleasure."
हाँ, क्योंकि वो survival से बाहर निकल गए हैं अब हम.
तुम survival से बाहर.
Surviving anymore. Now we are thriving.
Now we're thriving, right?
Yeah.
Now, I would say that survival and thriving after a certain point, after your
Hmm.
basic needs, Maslow's laws of needs. Anyone
Hmm.
else look it up, I'm not going to explain it.
Hmm.
If your basic
नहीं
needs
अभी तक तो कोई रुका भी नहीं होगा ब्रो इस पॉडकास्ट में इतने हैवी डिस्कशन में जो रुका होगा उसको सब पता होगा जो रुका होगा we don't need to explain anything to them only people like us are listening to us now
so if your basic needs of food, water, shelter, companionship,
survival हाँ
survival needs are met,
हाँ
then whether you choose to look at things from a survival standpoint or whether you choose to look at things from a thriving standpoint, and of course I'm not a psychologist, so I cannot kind of quantify this in science or whatever, but my opinion, again, very openly saying my opinion on this is, if your survival needs are met, anything you choose to do after that, whether you choose to come from a survival mindset or you choose to come from a thriving mindset, is on you, is entirely on you. तेरे पास घर है, तेरे को खाना मिल रहा है 3 वक्त का, तो पानी
So
मिल
let me
रहा है,
see
पैसा मिल
if I got this right. Are you saying that once your survival needs are met and you continue expanding or growing or chasing the next goal, now you have a choice. You can do it from two different mindsets.
Yeah.
You can do it from the oh my god, I need to do this, the survival mindset, the pain driven mindset,
Yeah.
or you can do it from the thriving mindset where
Absolutely.
things are already great, basics are taken care of. Now let's see how good life can get. Is that what you're
Absolutely.
saying?
I'm saying exactly that, because look,
That makes a lot of sense, man. That
I'm
makes
gonna
a lot of sense.
and I will go so far as to say that in fact is where that literally is the definition of what living powerfully means. Because if you are coming in with a sense of I need to do this because if I don't, I need to do that because if I don't, or I have this, I want to do this, I choose to do that, I choose to do this and go that far, or I choose not to. What is power? Power is not money, power is not wealth, power is not 5 houses, 6 cars, 7 cars, buying power, money power, all of that. Okay, it's relative in that sense, sure. True power, in my eyes, in my opinion, again, my opinion and my definition of things is the power to choose, which everyone has. Everyone has the power to choose the actions and the responses that they have to a certain situation. You can't control things around you. You can't control circumstance. You
I
can.
think इस चीज की हमें ना इसके हमें और tools और techniques इस टॉपिक पे हमें we need to go deep क्योंकि आजकल जो मिजरी है लोगों की एंड मैं अपने एक्सपीरियंस से बात कर रहा हूँ वो बहुत ज्यादा सेल्फ क्रिएटेड है यार तू बिल्कुल सही बोल रहा है जब ज्यादा यार बेसिक्स के बाद अब मैंने आई वाज व्हेन यू वर टॉकिंग अबाउट माय जिम्स आई वाज काइंड ऑफ थिंकिंग आई वाज ट्राइंग टू लुक एट माय ओन लाइफ and I did see that yes there are days when I'm unnecessarily stressed and I'm operating from that survival mindset as if God knows what is on the line. But there's actually nothing. कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता भैंचोद एक जिम बंद हो जाए या एक और खुल जाए कोई घंटा फर्क नहीं पड़ता इन द
लॉन्ग रन नहीं.
और फिर मेरे को रियलाइज हुआ एंड देयर आर डेज मैं जब बड़े मजे में बहुत चीजें हैंडल कर लेता हूँ बड़े बड़े गोल्स को आई क्रश बिग गोल्स आई टेक केयर ऑफ क्राइसिस lot of things I do because I'm in that zone. I'm in that, thriving.
You're in the flow.
I'm in the flow. And मैं ज्यादा ऐसे टेंस होके नहीं कर रहा चीजों को यार ठीक है I'm अगर थोड़ा सा spiritually बोले तो I'm kind of realizing that it's all a game and you don't play a game too seriously, man. I mean you play seriously but it's for fun. You're playing for fun.
Yeah, because see, ultimately if you're not having fun, are you really living? Now that fun can mean a lot of things. For some people it's a party, for some people it's a night out, for some people it's drinking, for some people it's reading at night, for some people it's earning a lot of money, shopping. Whatever you choose your fun to be, ultimately it's going to be that. But it's about fun. And that fun cycle will go up, it'll go down, it'll go up, it'll go down, it'll go up, it'll go down, because it can't be this flat line. Na? You can't just go aise. Nothing works like that. Nothing works that way. It's always going to be this weird graph of up, down, up, down, up, down.
So then
If
what do you do when it's down?
you remind yourself that it can go up. Whatever goes up comes down. Whatever goes down goes up.
I mean, that's a nice spiritual, philosophical answer, but it doesn't quite hit the spot, does it? For somebody who needs fun in their life.
I will give you I'll tell you why this realization is going to be one of the most powerful things that you can use, and it's got nothing to do with spirituality. It's a simple realization that if something is down, that simply means that I also have the power to change it. Now, where we fuck up is the impatience of it. नहीं मेरे को तो आज ही चाहिए. Not how things work. Now, if you stay consistent with things, if you keep doing what you need to do, if you keep finding the joy in what is there, and mind you, there is a lot of joy. We just choose not to look at it because we're hardwired for negativity. We're hardwired for survival. Right? If you choose to look for what is good, you will see more good. And that also is not spirituality in a sense. I mean, okay, sure, it could be, but it's also, if you want to look at it from a scientific point of view, reticular activated
RAS
response, right? RAS. Yeah. The more you will see more of what you choose to see. So if you choose to see the good things, you will see the good things. You choose to see what's fucked up, you will see what's fucked up. You say Delhi is great, Delhi is very beautiful. Khali roads. When I say Delhi is beautiful regardless, you choose what you want to see. Right?
Yeah. And if for some reason you're not able to look at it like that, you're not able to change the way you look at things, then you can actually get up and take some action. Because action cures all.
Yeah. Action cures all.
If you're trying to look at your life and you can't think of even 5 things that are good, which is, by the way,
it's impossible.
It's impossible. Anybody can find 5 things that are good. But let's say you're in a situation where everything's so bad that you can't even think of 5 things that would improve your mood right now. Then let's get up and go to work.
I can give you
taking action.
I can give you one thing. That someone, it's very difficult. It's easier said than done. I face it on the daily basis in that sense, because it's hard to kind of get out of your head. But the one thing that I say will work every time if you allow it, the fact that you're breathing, the fact that you're alive, means be grateful for that, because if you want, life has ended. If you think you can't breathe, I mean, if you have your limbs, your hands, your legs, you're breathing, there is no genuine disability that you have, you are more than capable of changing life. Be grateful just for that if you have to.
मतलब वो जो cheesy चीजें लोग बोलते हैं कि look at yourself in the mirror and love yourself, those things actually work.
Those things
cheesy advice होती है कि wrap your arms around yourself and give love to yourself, those things actually work.
Those things work, Manan, because ultimately, if you were to look at your brain, right, and if you were to look at your developmental responses as children, what is the point of a life where you are so dependent on external factors, like people liking you, you will lose people. Plain and simple. No one sticks around forever. They will either unfortunately die, or relationships would come to an end. You will reconnect at some point, or maybe even not that. But ultimately, the only person you're going to stay with is yourself. And if that means turning yourself into 2 people and living that way, talking to yourself, giving yourself a hug, loving yourself, visualizing yourself in a different way, and if that makes you feel good, fuck it, man, do it.
Yeah, man. Like,
ultimate purpose क्या है? You want to feel good? Fucking feel good.
मेरे दिमाग में बड़ी गंदी बातें आ रही हैं.
What, jerk off?
ऐसे हाँ, शाम को बैठो और भाई तुम देखो, तुम whenever you jerk off, तुम अपने लिए माहौल नहीं बनाते. I mean, men don't do it. Men just fucking do it. तो तुम माहौल बना के करो ना यार. Candle जलाओ, music चलाओ, make love to. Don't just jerk off.
Exactly.
Make love to yourself.
Exactly. Because
Make
ultimately, it's the, and you know what? Sure, it sounds like a joke, but it's not. Because the fun part is human beings. We look at rituals. If you have taken the time to
Aadhar's
make
prescription for happiness. Every day, 7:30 p.m. Take off your fucking pants and go to work.
Aadhar's prescription for happiness. Do whatever you want to do that makes you happy, as long as you're not being an asshole to someone, you're not hurting someone physically, mentally,
Hmm.
emotionally, and you're not just being a general dick, either to yourself or someone else. Do whatever the
Hmm.
fuck makes you happy. You're gonna piss people off. It's fine, right? But as long as that's not your intention, you're not genuinely physically hurting, maiming, killing, raping, any of that, because
Hmm.
for some people are twisted. I will say this out on a limb.
Hmm.
Some people are twisted. As long as you're not doing any of that, by all means, go ahead, do what you want. You want to jerk off? Jerk off. You want to write a poem to yourself? Write a poem to yourself. You want to go out for a long drive, go to some hill spot alone,
Hmm.
open a bottle of rum, whiskey, wine, whatever, and sit and do that? Do that.
Hmm. तो एक काम करते हैं, आज तो इसको यहीं
Hmm.
खत्म करते हैं.
Hmm.
एंड नेक्स्ट जब भी अपना मूड बनता है,
Hmm.
टॉपिक उठाते हैं एक.
मंडे को शूट करते हैं. मंडे
मंडे होली है बाबा.
इट्स नॉट लाइक यू गोना प्ले.
मैंने भांग पी रखी होगी, फिर बैन जो अलग ही ज्ञान निकलेगा, एकदम स्पिरिचुअल, इनलाइटन हो जाएंगे लोग मंडे वाला एपिसोड देख.
चलेगा.
तो मैं मंडे का देखो बताऊंगा एक बार, इफ
हाँ.
नॉट मंडे देन एनी अदर डे.
Yeah, that's fine.
एंड
Either way.
टॉपिक सो पॉडकास्ट की जगह हमारा फोकस ये होगा कि वी आर ट्राइंग टू क्रिएट अ यूट्यूब वीडियो.
Of course.
और तू बता, व्हाट सब्जेक्ट डू यू थिंक विल बी अ गुड सब्जेक्ट? आई थिंक how to create your own experiences, something
Uh,
along those lines.
that is
How
a
do
good
you
one.
create your own? Yeah, like how do you have fun?
Yeah.
How do you have a pleasant fucking life? How do you have a great life?
Hmm.
And how and let's separate it from too much outcome dependency. Yeah, I'll have a great life only when I have a Ferrari, or only when I have 3
That's
bungalows,
the
or whatever the fuck.
first thing that I would say.
तो हाँ, ऐसे करके ना हम अपना एक वो बना लेते हैं फ्लो.
Hmm.
You will separate it from depending on too many outcomes and blah blah blah. And like I want to give people some very clear tools and techniques. And this is the topic even I want to explore for myself, as to how you can fucking take control of your motherfucking experiences.
You want me to
Make
give you
them
a
good.
you want me to give you a short version right now?
Yeah, man, why not?
Okay. Super actionable advice.
Do it.
One, understand that you have a choice. Always. Always, always, always. You always have a choice to choose how you respond to something. Okay.
Mm.
Remember that and realize that no one's made you do something. You chose. Second, to choose your experience, so to speak.
If you jerk off after watching this video, don't blame me and Aadhar. We didn't make you do it. You did it.
You
It
did
was
it
your
yourself.
choice.
You did it yourself. Second, realizing that you can control absolutely nothing except how you choose to respond to a situation.
Mm.
You cannot control your circumstance. You cannot control another person. You cannot control the environment. You cannot control what is happening in your finances or whatever.
I mean,
Things
you
go
can
under.
control that, but those are things you can never be 100% certain about.
You can always
You can
take.
control them to an extent, but the
No,
only
you
thing
can
you can
only take
100%
action.
control.
You can only take action,
Yeah.
man. You can only take
Mm.
action. If the market crashes, you can't control that. If tomorrow someone decides that all the money in your bank account is null and void,
Yeah, but I get it. So my point is, like, if you work hard towards, let's say, your finances, you can influence them, you can change them, and one could argue that's a form of control. So that's why I'd rather put it this way, that to an extent you can control these things, but there's never 100%. The
no,
only thing you can control
which goes back
100%
to
is what you said.
see, which goes back to point 1 and 2. Point 1, you
Hmm.
choose your responses. You choose your responses, you choose your actions. Number 2, you cannot control everything,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Number 3, you really want to make sure that you have the experiences that you want. Be grateful for the experiences you have. Look for the good stuff. If you can't find it immediately, look for it. I guarantee fucking you will find it. It could be as okay, as existential and cheesy as मैं जिंदा हूं, आज मैं जिंदा हूं, सांस आ रही है मेरे को, or I had a really good shit today. It's as simple
हाँ
as
पॉटी
that.
ब्रो, पॉटी करने के बाद पॉटी को देखो, एडमायर इट्स टेक्सचर, मेरी पॉटी का मतलब अच्छी हेल्दी पॉटी है मेरी.
Right? Make sure that you're taking care of your priorities. What are your priorities? Your health, because if you have shitty health, you will have a shitty life. Okay? Your relationships with people, that does not necessarily mean romantic, it does not necessarily mean your partner. Are you treating someone well? The person in front of you who you may never know, may never speak to again, are you speaking to them well? Are you giving them value? Are you picking them up? Next, detachment from outcome. You want something?
माया है.
You want some? No, not that. You want something? Great. Shoot for it. Always shoot for it. But understand that you may not get it. That doesn't mean that you stop. That's not a cop out of, oh, it's okay if I don't get it. I will not work hard. No, work your ass off for it. Like, you know, that वही बोला, Rottweiler तेरे पीछे भागेगा, तू क्या करेगा? तू भागेगा. तू भाग. Run like your life depends on it. But if you don't get it, it's okay. You gave it your best, and that's all that matters, because ultimately you're not dying. You're alive.
वही गेम एनालॉजी यार, कि गेम खेलो, ढंग से खेलो, लेकिन पागल मत हो. हार गए तो हार गए, आगे बढ़ो.
And the fun part is तुम actually शायद नहीं हारे, because here's the fun part. And that's largely my thing of all of it. I set out in 2019 December. I had made a vision board. I had set out a list of things that I wanted to do, and a lot of them were very okay. कहने के लिए woo sort of things. I said I will start my podcast and I will make it a profitable podcast, and you know, whatever. I said that I will. बता रहा हूँ अभी सारा कुछ. I said that I will lead the podcast division in my company. I said that I will train and become an actual, you know, I will excel at certain martial arts, whatever's. I will I will improve my relationships with people to a great extent. I will earn X amount of money. December 2020. Here's the thing. Pandemic has happened. I have not gone out of the country. I have barely gone out of the state. I've barely gone out of my city, barely gone out of my home, XYZ. My podcast was launched 1st Jan 2020. Till December 2020, I released 25 episodes.
Nice.
I'm not making money out of it. So, okay, I didn't make the goal, but I released 25 episodes. And some of those.
And you enjoyed doing them, right?
I loved them, because
that's the most important part.
Here's the fun part. And the pandemic was a blessing in disguise. Most of my guests were restricted to Delhi. The second the pandemic's gone, I have had guests from the US, from, you know, all parts of the world and all walks of life. People I never thought I could reach out to or speak to. Right? And I've managed to get them on the show. And that in and of itself is a huge win. Not my goal, but a win nonetheless, on that same trajectory, on that same path. Did I improve my martial arts? Okay, yeah, I got a deeper understanding of it. I improved my physicality in that I expanded the way my body could move and respond to things. I became a lot more self-reliant on what I was learning. I had to learn more. Of course, I had the support of my teachers and my, you know, the blessing of my teacher as well. I had friends who could help me, you know, spar and grow and whatever. But did I become a super cool master at it? Okay, no, maybe not. But my bar was set that high. Right? My bar was set that high. Did I hit them? No. And it's fine. That means I will continue to work on them, because some of those goals, after a point, I realized were not important. They were just ego goals. They look good on paper. So some priorities.
पर करो तो सही, वो घर बैठे realize नहीं होगा ना. ये चीजें on the court realize होती हैं. ऐसे if you think about it, like is this goal meaningful? Is this goal not meaningful? उतना नहीं पता चलता. बाहर जाओ, fail a few times, कुछ गलत करो, burn your hands a few times, फिर अपने आप डायरेक्शन मिलती जाएगी भाई, ये नहीं करना, ये करना है, ये नहीं करना, ये करना है.
And that's your actionable advice. Do these things.
भाई बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया.
Shit
Let's
is simple.
put today's episode in the books.
Yes, sir.
It's always fun talking to you, bro. मजा आता है बहुत.
Likewise.
बहुत कम लोग हैं जो हमारी तरह ऐसे एकदम nerds बन सकते हैं, you know, full power.
Honestly, I think हमसे बड़े nerds बैठे हैं कहीं पे.
अभी हम घुसे भी नहीं है bro. हम घुसे भी नहीं है आज तो. ये तो this was like we were saying let's do a jab वाली sparring.
Yeah.
एक jab तू मार, एक ये वो था अभी. हाँ, अभी तो कुछ नहीं, तूने अपरकट मार दिया बीच में. तो ये तो कुछ भी नहीं था ब्रो आज जो हमने किया है. हम लोग we can go way deeper. मैं देखो मंडे का बताता हूँ.
Sure.
और इसी टॉपिक पे हम will make a short, crisp 15-20 minute actionable video.
Absolutely. I also want to talk about why people's definition of self-defense needs to change now.
हाँ, उस पे करना है एक हमें. उस पे करना है एक heavy duty. मजा आएगा बहुत. तो उस पे मेरा सवाल ये आएगा तेरे को whenever we talk about it is traditional martial arts में इतना कचरा क्यों है? और अब वो उसको आर्ग्यू नहीं कर सकते कि वो कचरा नहीं है, इट्स somebody's interpretation, क्योंकि इट्स बीन फील्ड टेस्टेड नाउ. अब कई बार हो गया कि आ जाओ ट्रेडिशनल मार्शल आर्ट वाले, एमएमए वाले लड़ लो. मुझे एक ही आर्ग्यूमेंट मिलता है ट्रेडिशनल मार्शल आर्ट्स वालों से. You know what?
My techniques are too deadly for your...
Yes, please fuck off. Please leave. Don't say that to me.
No, so I will say this. Some traditional martial artists have proven themselves really, really well. Some mixed martial arts have obviously been proven, and there is no doubt about it. No doubt about it. And mixed martial arts, again, I'm calling it that. It's not exactly like it's a concept, right? Muay Thai, boxing, wrestling, jiu-jitsu. They've been tested. Savate, kickboxing, tested, utilized, used all over. Everything comes down to context. You want me to put the argument to rest in 1 second? Simple. Everything comes down to context. Have these arts that I mentioned been battle tested? Absolutely they have. They've been tested in the ring. Have they been tested in warfare? Boxing? Fuck no. Are you crazy? Marna hai tere ko? Wrestling? Seriously? Muay Thai has. Sansha has. The Chinese Red Army trains in it. A lot of the traditional martial arts were created for a different purpose and created in a different context. The problem that happened in some lineage is people got too cocky to test it in other contexts and make it efficient. So it never evolved. This is not true for all of them. This is true for some of them, because there are some traditional martial artists who push the boundaries, who always went for evolution. Now, what ends up happening is it looks the same. So everyone goes, oh, ye to MMA hai. Oh, ye to humne, matlab, this is trapping from Wing Chun. If Vito Belfort charges at Wanderlei Silva with, straight punches, that's the chain punch from Wing Chun. Because everything comes from there. This is not to say like the argument.
बड़ा मजा आएगा भाई, ये वाली कॉन्वर्सेशन में तो बहुत मजा आएगा. ये तो इंस्टा लाइव करेंगे.
कब करना है बता?
ये वाला तो मैं बनाता हूँ इसका सीन. अरे this is going to be crazy bro, people will love it. ठीक है. सही है भाई, करते हैं फिर. मैं देखो
one message for all traditional martial artists and one message for all mixed martial artists. Traditional martial artists learn to get punched in the face. That's where you'll know whether your art works or not. Test it. Get punched in the face. Mixed martial artists. Not everything is about the ring. Someone comes at you with a knife, you're fucked. Someone who knows how to. So if you're in the context of a particular traditional martial art and that person knows your base, you're fucked.
My only thing there, which I feel like adding when you say the knife thing, is that ये जो argument देते हैं traditional martial artists, knife वाला, gun वाला, it's like that goes without saying. What point? No mixed martial artist is claiming that I know knife defense. Whereas traditional martial artists are claiming that we know fighting like MMA people do. Like we can fight. आ जाओ bare knuckle, आ जाओ हम लड़ लेंगे. तो एमएमए
What
वाले
your-
कभी नहीं क्लेम कर रहे कि मुझे गन डिफेंस आता है.
what
Oh,
your
it's like, why are you comparing apples to oranges? That doesn't make sense.
I'll tell you why. It's
हाँ.
actually simple. What
Hmm.
what your traditional martial artists are saying, we're too dangerous, we're for the street and we're all of that.
Hmm.
The
Hmm.
MMA guys are saying your shit doesn't work. For sure, it doesn't work in the ring. It doesn't work in the same context as you because they didn't train for this. Any traditional martial artist, any so-called, you may be spec ops level 10, you get in a cage, you'll get your ass kicked.
अच्छा, तो इसमें ना बहुत सारे ग्रे एरियाज भी हैं.
हाँ.
कि मतलब मिक्स मार्शल आर्ट्स को साइड रख दे अब एक सेकंड के लिए. फ्री स्टाइल स्ट्रीट फाइटिंग की बात करते हैं.
हाँ.
किसी ने स्टाइल बनाया, मान लो मेरा खुद का स्टाइल है, मैं तेरे को कभी बुलाऊंगा व्हेन आई टीच सेल्फ डिफेंस. अब माय ओन स्टाइल, आई हैव नेवर गिवन इट अ नेम, आई नेवर विल. It's I just call it street fighting. It's a little bit of boxing, it's a little bit of Muay Thai, and I've also mixed into it dirty tactics like fucking eye gouging, somebody ripping their face out, fish hooking, all of that, lulli pakad ke khench dena, ये वो, and always finding a weapon. Like I would never enter a fight without a weapon. Glass उठा लो, pen उठा लो, कुछ भी उठा लो, मस्त सर पे रख के. Then there's a lot of strategy and intelligence involved. I will always hit first. I will never give that opportunity to the other person. तो मेरा खुद का स्टाइल है. ठीक है, स्ट्रीट फाइटिंग जो साइकोलॉजी पे बेस्ड है, क्रिमिनल साइकोलॉजी पे, जो बहुत सारे एविडेंसेस पे बेस्ड है. आई हैव लुक्ड एट सीसीटीवी फुटेज, आई हैव बैकवर्ड इंजीनियर हाउ फाइट्स हैपन. Now compare that to somebody saying this is what I learned in my kung fu and I will do this and I will do that. If somebody grabs your wrist, I will do this. अरे भाई ये मतलब it's
there
like
are
not real.
There are two things. In traditional martial arts, in any martial art, there are two things, and one without the other is useless. There is self-preservation.
ठीक है.
Your street fighting, self-defense, street survival, fighting at its core, right? The aggression. There is self-perfection, perfect technique, character, form, breathing. You know, trading drills, drilling, sparring.
Agreed.
These two, if you don't have, right, no one is going to fight you this way. No one's going to fight you this way. No one's going to fight you this way.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to, and that's a known fight. That's when you know someone's fighting you. Most people are just going to be like this.
Exactly. That's how I've won half of my fights.
Right? Most people are just going to be like this.
That's my favorite stance.
And they're going to come at you this way. Or you're just going to be this way. I am mostly, my hands are out front and I prefer that. I don't want to fight you. I don't want to hit you. I don't want to hurt you. Plain and simple. I feel this is the best defense you have.
So my question is, when you want to learn street fighting, why don't you learn street fighting? Why do you go to Kung Fu and then try to, and I'm not saying Kung Fu doesn't work. I'm sure some parts of it do, right?
Loads
or karate or whatever. It's like going to a jazz dance class and doing that class because you want to eventually do a hip hop dance one day. Sure, you'll be better than somebody who's not trained. Sure, you'll understand what rhythm is. Sure, you will pull off something. You'll be better than nothing. But why not do the thing that you're supposed to do? Because there's something called skills transfer. Anytime you're doing something which is not actually going to happen in the real thing, you lose some of those skills, and some energy and effort is spent in transferring those skills. And that's where you become inefficient.
So here's my
inefficient.
Here's my answer to that. For efficiency's sake. Sure, you want to learn how to fight.
And just one last thing, man. Have you seen these videos where these Wing Chun guys are getting their ass kicked from MMA people?
They're not. I will go so far as to say none of them really understand how Wing Chun works.
Not even one real Wing Chun person has made a video where he kicked an MMA person's ass.
Because no MMA fighter has gone after trained Wing Chun people, dude. I'll give you an example. We all, like a lot of people.
भाई ये बहुत लंबा हो जाएगा, इसको बाद में करते हैं, but ये बहुत interesting है. This is so much fun.
This is actually going to be short, and I can basically just give you a reference right now. Look up look up Shifu Yanzi, Yanzi. Okay,
YANZI, ठीक
Jedi.
है.
He's a Shaolin. He's from the Shaolin Temple,
हाँ.
London. Runs the London branch. His brother is Shifu Yan Lei, Lei. Yanzi has fought in the ring. Obviously, age ke saath. Yanzi's fought in the ring. No, you will see no martial artist challenging that guy, and he hits like a tank. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
He's trained He's trained champions in Sancha. He's a Shaolin monk.
ठीक है.
He runs a combat school. You don't see MMA fighters challenging him. So-called MMA fighters. No true MMA fighter is going to challenge someone unless it's for money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Second, you don't have actual real masters. Real masters. Okay. Let's give you an example of another guy. Jiang Yushan is a guy in Taiwan. Okay, he's a big master in Taiwan. I would major reverence for that person. He is the inheritor of the Monkey Fist door. Okay, has fought MMA, was a special ops trainer, close quarter combat for the Taiwan military. Was the bodyguard of 3 to 4 presidents in Taiwan. I forget the number. Just look him up on YouTube. Has fought in MMA. Has won championships as well. You don't see people going and challenging him. My teacher, Shifu, Krish Sharma. You don't see people challenging him. He trains in Wing Chun. He trains in Kali. He trains in Jeet Kune Do. He trains in Sandat. You know him. People don't challenge him. Right?
But I think he's the kind of guy who wouldn't even accept a challenge because he doesn't like MMA, right?
He doesn't like it. This is not
people
to say
can have their own preferences.
This is not to say he has not been challenged. He has been. He has been challenged. He has had people trying to get after him, and he's taken them on if he has to. Right? But there is the ethos, and that's the self-perfection side of character. I don't want to hit you because that's not my moral. That's not what I have been trained to do. And yes, sure, people will say, hey, what the fuck does that mean? That's a cop-out or whatever. Because you've seen a lot of people for whom it's a cop-out. So you can't really blame them. But for a lot of people who've actually done and studied proper traditional martial arts and seen the application of it in actual combat,
they don't fight. They don't fight.
They will not.
Even I've noticed, bro. Even I've noticed since I felt that I am now somewhat competent at street fighting, like I can handle maybe 2-3 untrained people alone. Since I felt that, truly felt that in my core, I've never gotten into a fight. I don't know, it's just never happened.
You don't want to.
Yeah, it's strange. It happens to all fighters. They hardly get into fights. चल ठीक है भाई, मैं इसको Instagram पे हम इसको कर रहे हैं डिबेट अर्नब गोस्वामी स्टाइल. ठीक है.
Done. I'll throw the warrior code in.
All right, bro.
Chalo,
Happy Holi. Have fun. I'll text you.
See ya.
Bye, bro.
Bye.